Welcome back to the Real Estate News. My next guest is Evan Wing. He's a business banking officer at River Valley Bank. They're one of our news partners. Welcome, Evan. So nice to have you here.
Hey, thanks very much, Stacey. It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, what types of loans do you do?
At River Valley Bank, we do both on the home lending side, but then I primarily focus on the commercial lending side. So that can be anything from a line of credit for a company's working capital, if they need to purchase some new equipment, owner-occupied real estate, investment real estate in some cases, floor plan financing for different dealerships. So pretty much whatever the needs of a business are, we can customize some type of a loan program to help get whatever type of needs that they are met. So.
Now, you have a small business administration. Can you explain how it can help a business get financing?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Small Business Administration, or the SBA, that's a government entity that really helps promote the growth of small business. So in two types of financing, there's conventional financing as well as some that are helped by the SBA. So in an instance where a business may not have enough collateral or enough money down to help get them, which one of the types of loans that I just mentioned, the government can come in and help guarantee part of that loan. So think of it as kind of a large cosigner in the event that the unthinkable happens when a business doesn't perform as well as it thinks it's going to, it doesn't hit its projections, then the bank is kind of rest assured that the government can come in and help take care of some of that collateral. So normally there's two sources of repayment, either by cash flow or there's collateral. And we prefer to have a business be able to make enough profit to service or pay for all of its debt needs or all of its debt payments. But in the event that the cash flow isn't there, if a business goes out of business, then we've got the collateral to help step in. So by the government helping to guarantee that, a bank can get made whole on a transaction where otherwise we wouldn't be 100% covered on.
Now, how cost effective is it to use SBA's lending programs?
Yeah, sure. So right now, very cost effective, especially on loans that are $150,000 or smaller. The SBA has waived any type of guarantee fee, where normally there's a percentage or a loan fee, usually 3% or 3.5% or even 3.75% as the loan gets higher. But currently, as the government is really trying to encourage small businesses to get out there to do what it needs to grow, that is waived completely for $150,000 and under. Over that, like I said, you could be looking at 3 to 3.75%. But again, if an owner is expecting to make larger returns, a higher return on their money than 3%, it's very cost effective, especially when you're looking at margins of 20 to 30% sometimes.
So how many SBA loans do you do?
We actually, as a bank, River Valley Bank does quite a few. We're actually it's called a PLP program, or the Preferred Lender Program. So we have the ability, and the SBA, in a nutshell, trusts our bank enough where if it passes our underwriting standards, then we're able to say, okay, this meets the SBA's guidelines for approval, so we can actually approve those in-house. We still need to get an authorization from the SBA, but it's not necessarily a rubber stamp, but again, they trust us enough to do that. And even with that, River Valley Bank was actually just named, we have 2 lenders out of our Wausau market that were just named part of the elite lending program through Wisconsin Business Development. And what that means is that each of them, Mike Collins and Sarah Nepgezik, had each done 2 SBA 504 programs. They had each done more than 10 each, so 20 loans combined. So that they're part of the inaugural class of just WBD's and SBA's way of thanking lenders for really pushing to help small businesses.
Well, congratulations on that. That's wonderful.
Yeah, thank you.
So changing direction a little bit, the million-dollar question, where are interest rates headed, do you think?
Yeah, funny you should ask that. That's actually, as of recent weeks, Fed Chairman Yellen has actually hinted at a possible rate increase in December. And so with the prime rate, it's currently at 3.25%, hasn't really moved in the last, probably since 2008 or maybe even sooner. And so with that, there have been a lot of waiting to see what some of our economic data is telling us. We're hoping to hit a 2% inflationary rate. we're hoping that the gross domestic product, or GDP, is really starting to thrive. So numbers have been encouraging. There's been some hesitancy to increase that rate. Global markets are obviously affected by the U.S. markets as well. We're still kind of that benchmark within the global economy. So anything that we do here in the States can absolutely affect other markets. So there's been a lot of outside pressure from various countries saying, hey, hold off on that. But we've got the economic data to pretty much support, or we're at least, the Fed thinks that it support, raising interest rates in the short-term future. So.
Great information. Thanks for stopping by today, Evan.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And stay tuned. We'll have more coming up right after this.